Hello, everyone. If you're just joining, thank you so much. We're just going.
Hello,
We've just,
everyone.
we've just started and bang on time. So we're going to wait to ensure that we have everyone joining us. So bear with us for a few minutes. It won't be too long until myself and Ros begin. And if you're just joining us, it'd be lovely to have a hello from you and just let us know where in the world you are. I'm currently in a place called Earlsfield in London, and it's terrible weather here. Ros, you're not too far from me, are you?
Yeah, I'm in Streatham in southwest London as well. So yeah, not too far, and yeah, also raining a lot.
Yeah, not great weather. Yes, hello everyone. If you're just joining us, thank you so much. Please do say hello and let us know where you're dialing in from. As well as myself just mentioned, we are in rainy London. It's not very summery here, so it'll be interesting to just find out whereabouts you are. Nicole, sorry. It's terrible weather for August. Where's the sunshine? Oh, Essex, equally grey, rainy. Not fun. Yes, we'll just wait. We'll probably start in about 2 minutes. Oh, Dublin, also pouring with rain. So sorry, everyone. Yeah, we'll go in 1 minute. But again, thank you so much for joining us today. Big hello. If you're just dialing in. Not great weather in Amsterdam. Hi, Florin. What a shame. All in all, a bit grey and rainy. Well, amazing. Well, I think what we'll do is that we will begin. We've got a lot to cover today. So firstly, I just want to thank you all for joining our webinar today, which is called Streamlining for Success, a guide for preparing for reviews. So I'll introduce myself. My name is Emily Birks, and I am a customer success manager here at Appraisd. And I'm joined by my colleague, Ros Bygott, who is also a customer success manager here at Appraisd.
Hi, everyone.
Today, we are focusing on how to streamline your account when preparing for reviews. Myself and Ros will demonstrate streamlining your review process by closing overdue reviews, objectives, and personal development goals in bulk, ensuring accurate and up-to-date people data for a seamless review experience, setting up an auto cycle to automate the review process, efficiently creating performance reviews in bulk, and sending customized notification emails, as well as some other key actions. Just by proactively preparing your account for the upcoming review period, you can establish a highly efficient and streamlined review process. This approach not only minimizes the risk of inaccurate reviews, but also reduces the burden of overdue tasks, fostering hopefully a positive and manageable experience for everyone involved. During the webinar, please feel free to ask myself and Ros any questions, and you can do that via the chat functionality. We'll pause at the end of each stage that we demonstrate, and we can answer any queries or questions you may have. So firstly, Ros, can you please kick off the first stage of preparing your account for reviews?
Yes, of course. Thanks, Emily. So we've broken the process up into kind of 2 clear stages to hopefully make things straightforward to understand. So initially, we'll cover our tips on prepping your account prior to creating reviews. And then secondly, we'll have a look at how best to kind of launch those new reviews. So I'm going to walk you through the first bit, and then Emily will walk through the second bit. So just a little bit of background information on kind of reviews on Appraisd. Reviews will stay open if they're not closed by the manager or whoever is responsible for closing reviews in your workflows. And they'll start being flagged as overdue once the due date has passed. So hopefully the kind of ideal outcome is that managers or whoever is responsible for closing those reviews will do so. But there's always going to be exceptions, like employees going on annual leave, maternity leave, long-term sick, things like that, where they can't complete those reviews as expected. And you might need to intervene and tidy things up on your account. And we'd really advise you doing this kind of before creating your new reviews. So this really helps make things clear for employees as to what they need to complete, so they don't accidentally complete like an old review by mistake if it's still open for them. We've also seen this happen quite a lot, which is annoying for everyone when you have to sort it out as admins. And then the other kind of main benefit is they won't be put off when they log in and see lots of overdue flags on their account, which can be kind of demoralizing. So it really helps engagement if you can give them a fresh start for the new round of reviews. So I'm going to walk you through kind of a few things that we'll suggest. I'm just going to share my screen and show you that now. So hopefully that's all working. So I'm logged in today as a fake admin on an Appraisd account, which should look quite similar to yours, but you'll obviously see a few things slightly differently when your account's being customized. So I'm going to hop into Admin Center, which you will hopefully be familiar with up here, and go into the Reviews tab. So you can check which reviews are overdue on your account anytime, which is something that you might want to do quite regularly. But we definitely recommend doing this as part of this process of tidying things up. So how you can do this is come to the Reviews tab in the Admin Center and then click on the filter, and then here where it says status, you can click on overdue only and then show results. And this gives you a list of all of your current overdue reviews on the account. So here we've got some end of year reviews that were due at the end of 2022. So these people haven't quite finished doing those. So once we've ascertained kind of how many reviews are overdue on your account, you can decide how you'd like to close them and what you'd like to do with them. So there's a few options, and I'll walk you through those now, and we can kind of discuss the benefits of each of them, and then you can decide what works best for you and your process. If you are a fan of making things as automated as possible, you can set up an auto close. So this is especially useful if you have automated reviews that are quite close together. For example, like monthly or quarterly reviews, and you don't want people to end up with like multiple overdue reviews. Say if they miss a couple of months, then they'll end up with those both showing. And you also don't want to have to come in yourselves every month, say, and manually close off those reviews. So in this kind of scenario, it's a good option to configure the Appraisd auto close so that the system will just do it for you. And all the overdue reviews will be closed once they become a certain number of days overdue. So you can do that on your account. If you click on your profile picture or initials, you can go to the configuration area, which is where all the settings are on your account. If I just search here, close off, you'll see this setting. So this is where you can control it, and you can update it as well if you want to tweak it at all. So the default number on all accounts is 365 days. So if you haven't come in and changed it, this is probably what you'll see when you come in. So all reviews will be closed currently when they become a year overdue. So it's quite a long time. So you might want to reduce this a little bit, especially, as I said, if you do monthly or quarterly reviews, you might want to lower it to something like 90 days. So if I set it at 90 days, what this will do is it will close off any overdue reviews once they are 90 days overdue. So it will kind of help them not pile up and just keep things tidy without you having to come in and actually do anything. So that's one option. The downside of this one is that you can't really check which reviews get closed off. So this will just keep happening in the background. So you might like to pick an option that you have a little bit more control over so that you can see which reviews are getting closed and choose which ones you're going to close. So if that sounds like it's more suitable for you, I'll walk you through those two options now. So I'm going to come out of the configuration area and we're going back into the admin center. So there's two ways of closing reviews in bulk. First of which is using this close old review button. So if I click on this, it allows you to close all reviews that are overdue by a certain number of days. So again, this is defaulting at 365, but we can lower that. So I might just want to look at all reviews that are more than 1 day overdue. So this is showing us that there's 18 currently on our account. You can show them here. So this gives you the list. So it allows you to just check them so you are happy that these are the ones that you do want to close. Main benefit of doing it this way is that it allows you the visibility over the reviews, and it also allows you to do it all in one go, and especially with different workflows. So if, say, you're using like reviews and check-ins on your account, they tend to use a different workflow. So the check-in one will be shorter and the review one might be a longer workflow process. But doing it this way allows you to close all of those together, regardless of their workflow, and it will move all of the reviews or check-ins to the final stage of the relevant workflow. So that will all happen automatically for you. If I scroll down at the bottom, just to finish this, we're just asked to confirm how many reviews we want to close. So in this case, it's the 18 that are in this list. So we're just asked to do this so that we're not going to close anything by mistake and that we are actually happy that we're doing this. And then we could go ahead and close them. I won't do it now because I'm going to show you the other option. So if I come back up here and return to the reviews tab. So the final option for closing reviews is via the edit reviews in bulk button. So this allows you the most control to really pick specific reviews that you want to close, but it also requires the most steps. So it's kind of weighing that up as to what works best for you. Here you could filter, if I filter again on overdue reviews to see those. So we get those 18 reviews again. But in this case, we might not want to close all of those 18 reviews. We might just want to select a few of them. So we can do that manually like so. We could apply additional filters if we wanted to only close those people's in a certain team or department, something like that. And then if I go to click edit reviews in bulk, then here you'll want to unlock the stage field. And then you'll want to set it to the last stage of the workflow that's currently being used for these reviews. So I think this drop down won't show on my screen share, but it will list out all of the stages of the workflows being used on your account. So in this case, these reviews are just using our standard 3-stage workflow. So I'm going to move it to finished 3 out of 3, and then we can save these changes. So it will ask us to confirm how many we're editing, so in this case 2, and I can go ahead and do that. So those will have disappeared now from this list of overdue reviews because they're no longer overdue. It will go down to 16 rather than the 18 we had a minute ago. So yeah, this is a really good option if you would like to have that extra control over which ones, and if they're using the same workflow so that you can adjust the stage. If they're using a different workflow, you'll need to just do the same thing a couple of times for each workflow option that you have for those reviews. I'll briefly explain as well a little bit more around what happens when you close reviews so that you feel safe doing it and knowing what's going to happen. So closing them as an admin won't remove any comments, so it won't delete anything that people have written, but it also won't submit any draft comments that employees and managers have added and not yet shared. So any draft comments will be hidden when the review's closed. So it would need to be reopened if those employees and managers actually did want to submit those comments that they hadn't got around to submitting yet. So this is why we advise that like managers close reviews as part of the process themselves, so that this does happen. But just to reassure you basically that if you are needing to do it in bulk, 1, draft comments won't be suddenly shared without the consent of the employee and manager, and 2, the comments aren't deleted, so nothing will get lost when you do closed reviews. Closed reviews will become visible to employees in the archive section of their reviews tabs, and you as admins can still access them from the admin center. So if I get rid of this filter, and if we have a look, so if I filter again and I look for closed reviews this time and show results, here's your list of closed reviews. So you can see these two end of year reviews that I just closed with you. So they're now showing in this list, and we can still view them if we want to see what was written in those reviews. So as part of tidying up your account, we'd advise that you also do the similar thing for your overdue objectives and PDPs. These might be called something slightly different on your account. So like development goals, your objectives might be called something else. But it really helps to keep employees focused on those objectives and development goals that they need to be focusing on in the current year, rather than their profiles getting cluttered with objectives that they previously had and maybe actually have completed, but they just haven't been closed off. So you'll need moderator access as well as admin access to do this, because you'll need visibility over the specific objectives. Also, the editing objectives in bulk feature is kind of optional. So if you don't have it enabled on your account, you can just let your CSM know and we'll be able to turn it on. So this is all done via the reports, and you'll have your full list reports if you're an admin moderator for your objectives, development plan, any other type of objective that you're using on your account. And if we go on to here, if the feature is enabled, you're looking out for this button. So if this is missing on your account and you don't have the option to do these things in bulk, that's when you can just let us know and we can turn it on for you. So kind of similar to reviews, you can filter on overdue objectives and development goals at any point. So filter, and here where overdue equals yes, and I can show results, and that will give us a list of all of our current overdue objectives. So again, we can have a look through, check if we do want to in fact close them, if they have been completed, and if we are happy to do that, we can use this edit tool. So if I click edit, I have the option to set as finished. So this will basically archive these objectives. You can also select certain ones. So if you don't want to archive all of the ones in this list, you can select specific ones and then do it. So if I do that now, so I've just selected those two. So it's just asking me to confirm that I'd like to close these two objectives. And I can go ahead and do that like so. It just confirms that that's done. So what happens to these now is that they become read-only and they'll move to the archives section of the employees' objectives tabs. So again, nothing gets deleted. They're all still there for reference, and you can refer to them as well. And you can also do the same process for development plan and any other templates that you're using on your account. So final thing I'll mention as part of this kind of prepping for reviews is that you'll want to make sure your people data is up to date. So on your people tab, you'll have your list of all of your employees, and you'll just want to make sure that they're all the fields are up to date, and especially the default reviewer field. So this is the manager. You might have second managers and sign-offs as well, but you'll just want to make sure that they're correct, and they will be what is used when the reviews are set up. So it'll look at who's managing who in terms of who should be reviewing who in the new reviews. So it's good to check that. Also your forms. So in form design, you'll have a list of all of your current review templates, and you can just make any tweaks that you need to check they are happy with those. And also if you're using our default form feature, you can check that everyone's assigned the correct form. So that will be something on the people tab, where if you are using the feature, you'll have a column for default form, and you can just double check that people have the right one, so that once your reviews are created, it's all correct. So I'm now going to hand back over to Emily.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Ros. And yes, please, if you have any questions about what Ros has just covered, please do type them in the chat function. And also ask any questions when I'm going through my stage, and we'll answer them at the end. So thank you, Ros. I'm now going to go through the second stage of the process, where I'm going to show you how you can set up and get prepared to actually set and launch your reviews. So again, I'm going to just share my screen with you all, and hopefully be able to see this. So just like we did with Ros, I'm just on the dashboard, but I'm going to go straight into the admin center at the top right-hand corner. So the benefit of setting up an automated cycle is so that you do not have to manually bulk create reviews, which can free up your valuable time. Additionally, once an employee is assigned to a cycle, the correct form and review title will be presented to them every year. So as you can see here, we've got a tab called Review Groups, and I've got different cycles that I've set up here. So firstly, I've got my probation cycle, and this has been created to ensure that when you have a new joiner, you can assign them to the cycle, and they will be presented with these two different types of reviews. What we've done here is that when you add a new user, you can actually, for one of your custom fields, add a custom date time and create that as their start date. And from there, we can set up this automated cycle to ensure that it acknowledges the start date for that employee. And then you can, from that start date, choose when they're presented with a specific review. So, for example, I've got a 90-day check-in. I've also got 180 days. So it's actually their probation review. So this automated cycle is where you can choose the title, you can choose the creation date and the due date for that specific review. And you can also choose the form in which is presented to that employee. Also, we've got the opportunity to do other cycles. So here I've just got an example of a quarterly review. And again, this is set up so that any employee that's assigned to this quarterly review every year, they will have their quarter reviews presented to them, created on a specific date and due on a specific date, and will be presented with whichever form you assign to each review. So it might be that you have your Q1 and your Q3 reviews are slightly different to your Q2 review form, and that's absolutely fine. And then last, we've also got the year-end review. I've also just created a sales cycle. So I have many clients who have different cycles depending on which department those employees work for. It might be that different departments want to have a different performance review process. So this gives you the opportunity to set up different cycles for those departments and ensuring that they're presented with the specific review forms that they should do. It could be just because it's dependent on role. So again, you can set up when you like them created and their due date. And this just really saves your time knowing that these cycles have been created and you do not have to worry about bulk creating them. What I must highlight is if you would like automated cycles or would like edits or changes made to your cycles, you'll have to speak with your customer success manager who can make those changes for you. Also, it might be that you want to update your year-end review. You make those changes, but the automated cycle is still using the old form. Again, you'll have to contact us, well, one of your customer success managers, and they can ensure that the right review form is used for the next year and pop that into your cycle. Something else I wanted to highlight that actually, if you have our check-in functionality, you can actually choose which check-in forms those employees who have been assigned to that cycle have access to. So it might be that you only want sales to have access to the current work and the well-being check-in. So when they click start to check-in, these will be the only forms that they have access to. But with my employees on the quarterly cycle, I might want them to have all three check-in review forms. So this then also gives the opportunity to select what different departments have some access to, because they might be having different types of conversations with their managers. Also, I'm going to show you quickly how you can assign people to these automated cycles. So if I go to my People's tab, we can see the column here, Review Groups. And we can see that there's multiple people on different types of cycles. So here we have Anna, she's on the quarterly cycle, Ben on the probation cycle, and we've also got Heather, who's on the sales cycle. What you might want to do is, if let's say Ben has just passed his probation, you want to ensure that he's then assigned to the quarterly cycle to ensure that he has all the correct reviews being presented to him like the rest of his team. So you can click edit, it'll pop up, and with the review group field, you can just choose quarterly cycle, click save changes, and they'll be applied. So that will ensure that Ben will then now have the quarterly reviews and the year end. The next functionality I want to show you is bulk creating reviews and launching your cycle of reviews. This functionality allows you to bulk create reviews for all or specific employees without having to create these individually, which again saves valuable time. So we go to the reviews tab, and what we can do is click add reviews in bulk. We just have to wait to load for a second. And what you need to do is click allow multiple reviews in progress. This is just to ensure that if any employees have any check-ins currently in progress, it's just ensuring that those employees are drawn into the people list so that you can create a year end for them, even if they've still got a work from home check-in in progress. I click that and I'm presented with all of the employees who are within the business. It might be that you want to set up a year-end review for everyone in your business. So all you'll need to do is make sure you have everyone on that list, and you click the square at the top left-hand corner, and that ensures that everyone has been selected in the business. Then I scroll down, and here I can add the title of my year-end review. I can choose the due date. I can choose the form, and you will have all of the forms that are available in your form design will appear on this drop down. I'll click year-end review, and you get the opportunity to choose the workflow you'd like to assign to that specific review. So I'm going to click the 3-stage review. Here, I'm actually given the opportunity, because it's 25 people less, I'm given the opportunity to click this tick button here. So once I click add reviews, all of these employees will be sent an email letting them know that their year-end review has been created for them. However, if you have more than 25 employees you're setting a review up for, you are unable to use this functionality. However, in a moment, I'm just going to show you how you can send out an email to all employees through a different functionality. Before I click add reviews, I just also wanted to show you that if you aren't actually wanting to set up reviews for everyone in the business, it might be that you want to set it up for a specific department or a specific team. You can use the filter functionality to streamline those specific employees. So if I click filter, it might be that I want to search for a specific team. So Gemma, she is one of the managers who's asked me to set up a year-end review for all of her direct reports. I can click show results and only her team will appear. So I can again select all of those individuals. I can then ensure that I'm happy with the information I've inputted here, and I can click add reviews. And now those reviews have been created for all of those individuals. Lastly, as I mentioned, I'm just going to show you how you can then now send emails out to everyone in the business. Or again, it might be that you want to only send a mass email out to specific employees. This is a really, really useful functionality to send out because it's just a way in which you can communicate, and you can really tailor the communication to those employees and communicate what you need to via our emails functionality. So what you need to do is go to your people tab. Again, it might be that you have just set up year-end reviews for everyone in the business. So once again, you can just keep everyone in the list and click send emails to everyone in the list, and it will ensure that all these people here will be sent an email. Or you can also specifically click individual employees and ensure that just those employees get an email. Or as I did, I set up year-end reviews for just those, for Gemma's team. So again, I can type in Gemma's name, show results, her team are shown, and I can just ensure that only everyone in that list will be sent an email. So from here, I can click send emails. It will let me know how many individuals I'm sending my email to. And this is where I get given the opportunity to really customize the communication. So you can choose the subject header, and you can also input the content that you'd like to input into this email address. Every email that's sent via this functionality has a specific login link. So it's a really great functionality because you can communicate that their year-end review is now available, but also from that email, that specific employee can then log into their account, which just makes the experience a lot more smoother. So you can absolutely customize the content, and you can also send yourself a test email to ensure that you're happy with how it looks. And if you have your logo within Appraisd, every email sent with your logo. Once you're happy, you can send the emails for real, and those will be sent out to all of those employees that you specifically selected. And they will then be able to jump into their accounts, and on their dashboard will be their year-end review, and they can begin their self-assessment. So I've just finished my part of the presentation. I'm just wondering if there are any questions or queries. I can see that Ros has been answering a few, and hopefully all's good there. But yes, if you do have any other questions or queries, please do write them in the chat. Or I know a lot of you will obviously have your own customer success manager here at Appraisd. So again, if you have any queries or questions, please email myself, Ros, or Richard, and we'd be more than happy to help.
We'll also be sending this recording to you all if you want to refer back to anything that we covered. I know there's quite a lot of specific things. So yeah, you'll have the recording. So if you need to refresh your memory on how to do something, you'll have that.
Wonderful. Yeah, amazing.
I was going to mention while you're here as well, as part of the Appraisd community, we have started doing some CS office hours. So it's our CS team, so me, Emily and Richard, where we are on a Teams call together. We've been doing this every 2 weeks. The next one is on the 9th of August at 4 p.m. BST. So you're welcome to join that. It's a great time to ask us any questions and also meet each other. So if you want to meet some other people who are using Appraisd and share your what you're doing with Appraisd or your process and bounce ideas off each other, is a great chance to do that. So I think the email's getting sent on Friday with the Teams link, so keep an eye on that, and you'll be able to join and get involved with that as well, which would be great to see you there.
It'd be lovely. We've had a few sessions and it's been so exciting just collaborating with our clients exchanging ideas with one another and troubleshooting any challenges or maybe potential obstacles. So we're very much here to help, and obviously it'd be lovely to speak with you. Well, thank you so much. We really hope it's been beneficial and helpful. Again, please do contact your CSM if you've got any questions or queries or anything that you would like enabled in your account, such as the bulk editing objectives, and we would love to help you, or the automated cycle also. But I hope it gets sunny for you all in the future, and have a wonderful rest of the day. Bye-bye.
Thanks, everyone. Bye-bye.